Hi everyone, Chris here. I'm just going to take you through the week 6 process. Some people just want a little bit more hands-on, so I thought I'd do a slow process and hopefully it'll help. All right, so the first thing you want to do is open up your chat GPT. Mine looks probably different than yours just because I also have AI PRM added to my chat GPT. So first thing we want to do is grab that prompt. Just going to pop over and grab that, and we're going to paste it in here. So some people were asking a little bit about the prompt on what all these things mean. So write me a landing page copy to offer. What is your offer? So in my case, it's 20% discount off of my course. And the business name is 360 Business Digital. Now I can't remember my name. 360 Digital Solutions. And who's the audience? And in my case, it is coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs. And then as we go down here, what is the reason for the opt-in? And the reason for the opt-in here is that they're going to take action and apply today. And then what perspective are you writing this from? So from the pen, the pencil, the business owner, I decided to choose to write it from the perspective of a graduate of the class. And then the last thing is the tone and style that you want. So I asked for it to be professional and comedic. So I don't know if those two things go together, but that's what I've asked for. So what I'm going to do now is just put in my filled in bits here. Okay, so the 20% discount, the business name, who it's for, the reason for the opt-in, the business, like what perspective you're doing it from, and then the tone. And I did professional comedic tone. So then you get ChatGPT to do its thing. And now, if you don't like what it comes up with, if you want to tweak it, once you've read it, ask it to tweak it, or just simply copy and paste and make the changes that you want to make to it. Okay. I did do it initially from the point of view of the alumni, and then I changed it and I did from the point of view of my dog, because one of my slogans is be the CEO you want your dog, or that your dog thinks you are. Okay, so there we go. That's all the copy that we need for our landing page. And so let's go to the next part. Okay, so now we're going to go into you can go into your dashboard, but down here in sites, that's where you want to go. Now mine might look a little bit different. I'm with a white label of Go High Level called ClickHubs, but it's all the same thing. You just want to look for sites. And usually once you hit on sites, the first thing it takes you in is into funnels. But while we're here, we'll just look at a few other things. There's websites, so you can create your own websites. They've just brought out blogs. You can create a WordPress or connect your WordPress site as well. Client portals, this is where you come in here to build a form, your surveys, your chat widget, which we're going to revisit in a little bit, your media, and your URL redirects. Okay, so we're in sites, we're in funnels, and because we want to make a landing page, funnels is where we want to be. Now we're going to create a new funnel, and just to show you what you can do is you can look at a template. So we can go in there. You can see there's some gorgeous templates. If you see someone or one that has colors or layout and you want to save yourself time, you can do so. You can also look over here to the side and browse through the categories. So, mine's business coaching and consulting, so I'll look at that. Okay, I kind of like the looks of this one. And if you want to just take a peek at it, you come up here to this corner and you go on the little eye. And this allows you to take a peek at it. Okay, so if that's something you like to use, you can go ahead, you can just hit continue and use it. Now, some people were asking me, how do you start from scratch? So I'm going to quickly show you that as well. So we're going to get out of the template library and go into a new funnel, and we're going to do a blank one. So you want to give it a name. So we're going to say BG test, oops, landing page. Okay. And we're going to create that. All right. Now don't let this part scare you. Oh gosh, what do you do next? You're just going to add a new step. And here, what's the name of your page? And I'm going to do BG landing page test. Okay. And create the funnel step. All right. Now you want to actually create your funnel. So if you have an existing template, you can use an existing one, or you can create from blank. So let's do that, because if you can learn this, then you can take a template and manipulate it the way you want with such ease. Okay, so what you want to consider when you're making a page is it's kind of like a Russian doll. You start with the sections first. That's the big block. And then the block that goes inside it is rows. And then your elements go inside the rows. Okay, global sections and section templates, those are just things like, say, like a nav bar. You'd want to make a global section for that, because when you make changes to it, it'll make changes across all your pages. So that's what you'd need on, let's say, a website. But for the case of a landing page, because it's one page, we don't really need these two right now. Okay, so we're going to go to section first, and we're going to pull in full width. Okay, and on here, I want this to be, I want 3 buckets basically, or 3 columns. So we're going to go in here again, and then we come down to rows. When I click on that, you see how we have got one that's got 3 columns. We're going to bring that and just pop it in here. In the first one, I'm going to add my logo. So just click in there. Okay, it's an image that you want to add to it. Drag your image in. In this one, I want to add a countdown timer. So click add image or element and pop down to your countdown timer and bring that up. And then in this one, I want to have a button. So an apply now button. So I'm doing it a little bit differently than what Billy was recommending, because he had us doing a form, but I'm just going to throw a button on mine because I want my program as an application. So we're going to just find the button right there and pull that over. Okay. Now, since we're in the button here right now, I'm just going to show you there are themes. So if you want to zip down here, if you see anything you really like, you can grab it. I'm going to grab this one here. But what I am going to do is just make some changes. So I'll show you how you make changes to a button. So we go into, right now it says click to sign up. So we want to go down here to text options, and I'm just going to change that to apply now. Okay. And I'm also going to do on this one subtext and just say 12 spots available. Oops. Might want to spell that correctly. Okay, there you go. Now, if you want to change the color on that, you just go into background color here, and this is where you change it. Now, what this brings to light is the fact that, it doesn't have any of the colors that I want. So I'm going to show you how you add your colors. Okay, so if you don't see a color that you like, you can just add your own color. So how you do it is you click on here, this little tiny printing, add a custom color, and you just put in your hex code. So I have a sticky note on my computer with all of my colors. So that's what I do to add it, and add color. Okay, oh gosh, that didn't work. It added a completely paste. I think it's adding a period in there. There we go. That's my color. Add that color. Okay, so now on this particular button, that's not the color I want. I want to do this one. And I'm also going to put a different color of border around that. So if you go into advanced, you can get into your Okay, it's full border, solid. I usually bump that up to 5. For the radius, I like 15. I like that roundness. And then I'm just going to choose my orange for my border. Okay, so that's how easy you do that. Now let's go back to our countdown timer and I'll just show you how you update that. So we click on that in our general here. What we're going to do is you're going to tell it the time zone that you're in. So I'm in Mountain Time. So I'm going to choose that. And also you can change your colors. So if you want to change that, I like that dark blue. It's one of my colors. Change that one. And label color. Let's see what it looks like when I do that. Okay. There. We're going to do that. So dark blue for the countdown numbers and then the turquoise for the text. And then you want to put in a date so it can count down. So we're going to go to February 29th. It's a leap year. Okay. And so here you can also then change the time. So I want it to expire at 11 p.m. Now, can't I? Yeah, custom set. Because I want it to actually expire at 11:59 p.m. Okay. So at the very end of the day in Mountain Time. And so now it's all set. The countdown is happening. And then here, your image, that's the one I wanted to have my logo. So I'm just going to, if I might be going too fast. So you click there. Then you come over here to your image options and upload from your media library. If you haven't already uploaded it, you just go to upload file and you go and grab it and pull it in. Now, one thing I do want to show and share with you guys is that you want to make sure that you don't have huge files. Because you know, Billy was saying one of the things that ensures better conversion is something when your site loads quickly. So putting in huge files here will be a guaranteed surefire way of slowing down your site. So one thing I do want to show you, little tip, is go to tinypng.com and there's a free account, but you can also, I mean, it's a fabulous little website that I use almost daily. So I actually have a membership. It's not very expensive, but you can convert all your images. So I actually go to WebPs for my websites. So if you click on your box, you can go and I'll just grab that one. Okay, so you pull in your site or your image that you want, and it has created a PNG for me. I'm just going to click that I want a WebP, and there it is. So you can either download the PNG or the WebP. And those are the sizes you want to bring in. So you can see this one, it reduced it by 54%. Some of them reduced them by like 85%. So now this is as small as 22 KB. So if you've got something that's a megabit or 2, that's just craziness. You want to try to keep everything under, I say 100, just to try to optimize the speed that everything loads. Okay, so that's tinypng.com, just a little introduction to that. Okay, so everything I've done, I've tinyfied. All right, so I'm happy with that. Just one thing I might show you here is the logo looks a little out of place. It looks a bit big. So I'm going to just play a bit with the size of it. Now you see it's disappeared because I accidentally put in a 1. So let's put in 250 as the width. I kind of like the way that looks. So that's great. All right, so next part, we want another section. Okay, so I'm going to do another wide full width section, bring that down here, and I want the whole section to be orange. So I'm going to give it a background color. And then I want to have 2 columns down here. So back up here, down to rows, and I'm going to select the one with 2 columns and pop it in there. So on this one, I'm going to add a picture. So click on that, go down, find image, pull it up, go grab my image, Okay, I'm faster because I've got everything already loaded, but that's how it's going to work for you. I don't like pointy tips on my squares, so I'm just going to go into advanced here, and I'm going to add round corners. I just prefer that look. Okay, and if you want to as well, I mean, I can put a shadow on that. So let's go a little dark shadow just so it pops out a bit more. In this one over here, I'm going to do background image, just a little line drawing, and I'm going to do some text. So to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is just click in the box, and I'm going to go into the background image. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm doing this little doggy line drawing. Now you'll see you can't even see it. So what you want to do is you want to look at the image options. Now parallax, some people don't know what that is, and that's when your image moves with you. So as you're scrolling through, that image moves with you and you always see it. I don't want that, but I'm going to do 100% width. So to fill the width of this little box, and there's my little puppy. But now he's pretty dark. So what I do want to do is just change his opacity, and I'm going to do a heavy fade on him so that you can see my text when I bring it in. All right. So now add an element. So I'm going to click that button, and I'm going to bring in a headline. Okay. So there we go. There's my headline. Pop it in down there. And I'm just going to run over to my my copy that I created from ChatGPT, and I made I did changes to it, and I'm going to paste it in there. Okay, I also want to do some more text down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that text box, and I'm going to add some more text. And the reason I'm duplicating the text box and adding it to another one is because I want some different flexibility with it. Okay, so I missed my T. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you edit the font, etc. So on here right now, if you look over to the right-hand side, you've got your color is black, bold is black, italics are black. So this is actually bolded. So I'm going to change that to the color that I want. And I'm going to do all white for now. Okay, maybe I'm in the wrong place. Yes, I am. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you're clicked on the box itself. Okay, and then I also want to make this one white, but it's not bolded text. So I'm going to do regular text white. Okay, now it's still pretty hard to see, and I want some things to really jump out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight 20% off, and I'm going to ask it to be underlined. Now, if you go back over here to this cheat section, underlined text is black. I'm just going to change that to my blue. Okay, so you see how that changes and pops out. For an MBA for entrepreneurs, that I also want to be underlined. So I'm going to do it like that. Okay, I'm happy with that the way it is. On this one, I want to leave it white, but I've decided that I'm going to do like a box around the trust me. So we're just going to pop in here to the background color and choose the dark color. Again, you know that I don't like sharp corners, so we're just going to pop over to advanced, put on a full border, and I'm going to change it to my happy place 15. Okay, simple as that. Now this is all pretty close together, but there's one other thing I want to put in here. So before I start adjusting this, I'm going to get all my content in here. I want to have an apply button. So I'm just going to duplicate it. So duplicate it like that. I'm going to grab it and pull it down here. See how easy that was? Now you'll see I lost my border on that because it blends in with the background. So I'm just going to quickly fix that. So go into advanced, to the border, and I'm going to make it white. Okay, now let's make some space in here. So I'm going to click on, see right now I've got 3 boxes. See that? So we're going to go in the top box, and I'm just going to add some margin at the bottom. So it'll move up and away from the trust me. So there we go. Just added 20. That looks nice. Let's see what it looks like. We're going to do the same thing on the second box. Lower margin, add 20. Yep, I like that. I might add a little bit more in there, but I'm pretty happy with that, the way that looks. Okay. Now for me, I have an application form. So in the apply button, it says apply now, 12 spots available. And then there's button actions. I want it to go to a website URL. So in here, I'm going to put my URL so that it takes people over to my application page. Okay. But you guys are, what we're going to do is put in forms, and I'm going to show you how to do that next. So that's how you build in sections. So you just want to keep building on section by section. So just to show you again, you're going to go in here to section, and you're going to bring down another one. Oops. Put that, let's see, I have to go down a little bit further. Okay, bring down a section, put it in. Oh, I brought down 2 sections, so I'll just delete one of those. And in that one, I want to show you a couple other things that we can do. So we're going to bring in 3 columns again. Oops, didn't want to do that. Hit on the plus sign, go back to rows, 3 columns, and pop them down here. So in my 3 columns, I want to do, we've covered off countdown timer. What else did Billy ask us to do? He said he wants us to have a map. So click on add an element and zip down to maps. Click on that, bring it in here. This is really fun. So on the map, you can see it automatically goes to New York, but over here, you can say open search box. You click in there, and I'm just going to put in where I used to live in the UK. Okay, so Ashbridge Road. And there it is. I'm going to say yes. And now it shows that. Okay. On this one, I'm going to put in a form. Okay, because that's what one of the things that we were asked to do. So you have to make a form first. And I'll show you again where you go to do that. But here I've already made a form. So you just pull it in and you click to the one that you've already made. So for landing pages, there's my form. Okay, so remember, you've got to make that elsewhere first. And I'll just show you. I'm going to save this. Okay, and just going to go back here. All right, so again in Sites, up at the top here is Form Builder. So if we click in there, that's where you can create a form. So pretty straightforward. You can start from scratch. It's probably easier actually to create a template, but there we go. It still actually even gave me a template. First name, last name, email, phone number. If you want anything else, then you can just simply go back to your plus sign, and if you want their address, you can throw their address in there. It's as simple as that. If you don't want something, just click on it and delete it. If you don't want the phone number, delete it. And then name it. So instead of being form 5, name it what you want to name it and save it. Okay, so I'm not going to save this particular one. Okay, so that's how you do that. So let's go back then to our funnel. It's the test for Billie Jean. Did I go to the wrong one? Okay, let's go to the right one. Okay, and there she be. So click on edit again. And there you're going to see what we've done. Okay, now here you could put anything you like. You can put another image. I was just thinking, what else haven't I shown you in here? Oh, yeah, image slider. So you can pop that little guy in there, and that's going to let you do like a little carousel or like sliders of images, just like Billy suggested. So you've got slide 1, 2, and 3. So this is where you're going to make changes, and you can make more than that as well. You can add slides. So here you come down to slide 1. Okay, and I'll just add some images so I can show you how it works. Okay, so if you want to have a call to action on that particular one, you can. Okay, slide 2. Okay, so you click on it, then you go down, slide 2, add the image. We're going to do this doggy. Okay, slide 3, down here, add the image. Okay, it's as easy as that. So now, I don't know if it'll let us toggle through it yet. I'm just going to save it so that we can go into the preview in a bit, and I'll show you how that works. Okay. Okay, that SEO metadata will come out, and what you want to do is you want to put in data on something like this. So basically what you're doing is you're saying, this is a picture of an entrepreneur sitting beside her dog at a computer celebrating. So you want to think of how can you explain the image to someone that can't see it. Okay, just so that doesn't throw you off. All right, now one other thing that we haven't covered off is adding a chat widget. And this is so cool how this works. So we're going to save what we've got here. Once that's done saving, head back here. Okay, I showed you where you go to create your forms, and just 2 spots over, you go to chat widget to create a chat widget. So in here, you can adjust this introduction message. You can change the picture on your avatar. For people that are returning, you can have it call them by name and ask them what they'd like help with today. You can choose what kind of chat you want. So email chat or SMS, which is text messaging on your mobile phone, or live chat. Okay, so to do this, you need to set up your phone within High Level as well. Okay, widget window, this is what it's going to look like. So my header, have a question, so you could say welcome. You decide how you want that to read. You can enter your intro message, your call to action. So the button at the bottom, you can decide what it's going to say there. It is important that you have this legal message here that you agree to receive SMS or emails. With all the data privacy, that's important that you get that done. So just leave that as is. It'll automatically populate. You can change the color of your button. So just choose one of your branding colors that's nice and pops out. And then you can choose your language. Okay. And then acknowledgement settings. That's the last bit. So when somebody has sent you a message, it's that acknowledgement that goes back that says thank you. Okay. Which is also something that we need to do, our thank you page. Okay, so save that. And now this is the coolest part here. You're done. You're done doing your web chat. What you do now is go back to your site. So back to your funnel. So BG test. And I don't even have to go back into my page. I'm going to go into settings, click there. And here is where you're going to toggle on your chat. So right here, chat widget is disabled. Dun, 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 dun. Now it's enabled. Save that and you are good to go with chat. So let's just go pop in here and take a look at what we've done. So click on that little eye and it'll give you an idea of what it's looking for. So you can see that you've got your countdown, your apply button. This is your hero section that's showing what your offer is. Here we've got the map, your form, and look at this. This is just plugging away all on its own. The little slider just moves, or you can click to move it. Okay, and down here, hi there. Do you have a question? Text us here. So you can click on that and this works. You fill out your name, your phone number, and your message, and you hit send. And it's as simple as that. So I hope this helps. You do need to do a thank you page as well. So that's next. Thanks. Bye.